Matty asks, do you have any unusual methods of getting the attention of potential customers?
My mentor used to always say to me, Claude, don't do what everybody else is doing. Be original. Be unique. Be creative. This is sales. It's an application of science and art. And the methods I do, I have a specific method in marketing, and I believe in something called virtual attraction. I don't spend any money for marketing, Will. I think all of last year we spent $900 on a couple Facebook ads or something like that. I literally spend no money for marketing, whereas my competition might spend hundreds of thousands. How do I do it? I put out a lot of good, non-commercial, contemporary content. People have come to me, Claude, you're putting out better stuff for free than what I'm paying for. And why do you do that? And I do that because they call me, they schedule with me, they text me, they email me. I virtually attract people by the content I put out. I don't think anybody else puts out the quality of videos like that I put out, all about qualification, cold calls, questions to ask, the psychology of sales, the art form. So the answer to your question is be yourself. Give people unbelievable value because they don't know who you are. You're a secret. And that's my premise in marketing. Nobody woke up this morning and said, gee, let me call up Claude Diamond and give him a shitload of money and make Mrs. Diamond real happy. They don't know who I am. So the only way I can do it is by marketing towards this wonderful remote control gateway device to the universe. Somebody today is going to go into Google or Yelp or Facebook, and they're going to search for the topics for the products and services that I sell. If they find a video that's entertaining and that's informative, that's non-commercial, doesn't have pop-ups or banners or anything, they might say, hey, this guy's got something. Let me watch some more videos. I've had people call me up and said, Claude, you kept me up all night. When a woman calls me up and says, Claude, you kept me up all night, my wife hears it. It gets a little rough. But the thing is, they watched all my videos. They found them informative. And now it resulted in a phone call. They called me. So be yourself, be different, give people wonderful non-commercial and contemporary content, and you'll see magic happen all the time.
What I advocate is, put on your walking shoes, go out, buy a box of donuts, and go out and visit the customers face to face. I mean, we're so behind screens and doing emails and following up on LinkedIn, and I'm guilty of it too, that we just have lost the ability to just go up and talk to people and visit people. And it's a lost art. I mean, it's how sales used to be done, 50 years ago before the advent of all these technologies, and nobody's doing it anymore. So go down, buy a box of donuts, find the person's physical address and walk them in and just be like, hey, is Bob here? I mean, who knows? If he's there, then you have a donut and give him your card and you're off to the races. You have a new friend.
So what I do when I'm selling the ad space on the Sales and Podcast, and this shouldn't be unusual, everyone should be doing this, is I send video emails. I use a company called BombBomb.com. It's super simple. It's relatively cheap to get going. You record it from your phone, from your laptop, just as you go through. And it, in the email itself, sends them a clickable animation of parts of the conversation that you're having in the video. They click on it, the video pops up. Super seamless. You can't go wrong with it. You don't need to be a tech head to be able to put these together. Well, almost every single time I send a video like that, rather than what people are used to, which is the spammy SDR email where 2 lines have been customized and the rest of it is just a pitch, when people get these videos, almost every single time I get a reply back almost immediately saying, thank you for taking the time to send a video. And then you get into the conversation, you start building a relationship. All that good stuff comes afterwards. But for the sake of spending 15, 20 seconds per email, just doing a quick video done from the webcam on your computer, that's a no-brainer for me. And that's what I use when I sell the ad space on the show.
When I do presentations, I will often use props to grab people's attention. So when I was in medical device sales, I would walk into a room full of doctors and nurses. I'd walk to the front of the room with my bag. I'd set it down on the table, and out I would pull a real pair of metal handcuffs. And I would hold them about a foot off the table, and I would drop them, and they'd make a loud thump on the table. And then I'd just continue setting up. And in my mind, I'd be counting 1001, 1002. What the? Somebody would always point to them, and I'd say, we'll get to that in a little bit. And then I'd begin my presentation. They listened to every word until I weaved the prop into the story. I was selling a device that traditional devices that hospitals were using were very labor intensive. It required the nurse to manage the device instead of managing the patient. So in essence, they were handcuffed to their technology. And what we allowed them to do was to actually take the key and take the handcuffs off so that the device could run itself and they could actually focus on what mattered most, which was patient care.
What's old school is new school again, right? So I'm not above just sending a handwritten note, right? I'm not above sending a book. I'm not above sending a blog post that I wrote. Old school mail, I think, is really cool again. I think we're done with the coffee mugs. I don't think you need those anymore as the gift, but I think you can find ways to do that. I think the Starbucks card is good. I think that the physical thing is good too. Like, who doesn't like getting old school snail mail with a little gift inside, right? So I think that's really good. And I haven't done it, but we get all the holiday cards around the holiday season, right? Because we want to remind people who we are. Well, why aren't you sending them in April when you actually really need to get a hold of them? Why just waiting till the holiday season? And I think that's something that people could and should incorporate into their strategy.
Do you have a B2B sales question that you'd like our experts to answer? Well, just head over to salesman.org/ask and ask it today.